What's up, YouTube? This is your host with the most, King Geo. Yes, I am going to work. I'm in my last, I think it's what, graduation is June 6th. And on the 13th, from what they say, we get to work at home. So I want you to tune into my show tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It will be a calling. You'll be able to call in and you can voice your concern. And I want this to be a forum where everybody can call and talk. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't matter what political party you're from, what religion you're from, what background you're from. I just want to hear ideas of you guys, men and women, who are also gun owners, on how can we prevent these things from happening. How can we prevent an 18-year-old to have an assault rifle? How can we prevent people with mental illness to have weapons? You know, this is the problem. Why isn't Congress enacting in anything? You know, this happens, they shove it in the back, and nothing really does happen. Come think about it. Concubine, all these, Columbine, I mean, all these, you know, Texas, Waco, Texas, all these things that have been happening in our country for gun shooting, nothing's happened. The government has done nothing. Even with the president being against the NRA, that nothing has been done by any political party. And this is why I would like to hear the voices of other people, because if you go to other countries, these things don't happen. Japan has no gun. China has no gun. Do they have violence? Yes, of course. We live in a human world, but to this extent, okay. We know in Mexico there's a lot of war. I mean, there's violence because there's drugs. It's gonna have guns. Africa, Puerto Rico have guns, but where have you seen where someone goes into a school and kills innocent people, innocent children for that matter, innocent children? That has nothing to do with anyone. That didn't bother no one, didn't throw a fart, didn't do anything to anybody. And someone just decided to go inside of a room, hide, and just shoot kids. This was just something that, you know, I'm gonna go shoot my teacher for not giving me a good grade. I'm gonna shoot this girl for turning me down. She jaded me. It has nothing to do with that. He just went and killing innocent kids, just like, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer, the son of Sam, and they say the Zodiac killer, though he never killed, but he had people to kill for him. I mean, people like that, sick people. But why are these people, you know, why are these the ones that are now having guns? You know, people are saying, and I hate it when they say our Second Amendment, and the Second Amendment has nothing to do with you owning mass guns. Has nothing to do with that. And like I said in my video prior, I'm not going to tell you what it means. I'm tired of repeating myself. Go to a civics class, or talk to your law professor on Second Amendment, or your history teacher, more civic leader, or someone who studied law, and they will tell you what the Second Amendment is. I mean, what is the intent of the Second Amendment? Okay? Why is this country so aficionated with guns? Okay, do we need guns in today's society? Here, at least here in the United States, yes, you do, because you have a lot of wackos. You have a lot of people who are willing to take your life just for a watch, who are willing to take your life just for a shoe, who are willing to take your life just for the most pettiest things in the world. So you need a gun to protect yourself. But to have a psycho kid like that, to have that kid from Kenosha, a 16-year-old kid, shoot up those people and get innocent, by the way, because I think he was guilty as hell. But this is I'm sorry, this is white America. People believe that they have privileges, but anyway. So why do we allow this? We're a society. We're supposed to be better than this. The kid in Buffalo that killed 12 people. Cops didn't shoot him, but they shoot this Spanish kid. I don't think it was a cop. I think it was somebody else. But anyway, I want on Saturday show, I want you people to call in, and if you want to join me live, you just send me a link. Say, King Gio, I want to be on your show. I will email you the link, and we could be in a panel together, and we can discuss these issues, because those people in Congress are not going to do anything. Trust me, they're not going to do anything, because those are not their kids. Those are not their kids. Those are your kids. So to you, they don't matter. You know what matters to them? NRA money. You know what matters to them? Contribution money. That's what matters to them. The rest don't mean crap to them. It doesn't mean anything at all to them. That's why nothing has been done. Because it doesn't mean anything to them. Come think about it. They cry, the Democrats cry that the Republicans and that the 1% of the rich people don't pay federal taxes. That the Trumps don't pay federal taxes. That Elon Musk don't pay federal taxes. That Amazon don't pay federal taxes. That JetBlue don't pay federal taxes. That all these big companies don't pay federal taxes. All right? So there is a loophole somewhere. So why don't they close it? Why don't they close this loophole and say this is enough? Why? Because they themselves, just as Republicans, they themselves, Democrats, have a stake in these companies. They have a stake in Amazon. They have a stake in pharmaceuticals. They have a stake here. So if they close those gaps, what does that mean? They make no money. You know? That's what that means, that they themselves, hold on a minute. Hold on. Sorry about that. That means they themselves don't make their money. It was a Congress without making money. All this is money. And if it doesn't happen to them, they don't care. They may show a little bit of empathy here, maybe, and they may have sympathy there, maybe, but they don't care. How is it possible that this 18-year-old hid inside the school? I mean, don't you have security? Check this out. Just the other day, where I'm doing training, there's a security guard inside that building. All right? Can you believe it that someone went into the parking lot and stole somebody's catalytic converter? Having a security guard. So what's the point of having a security guard? Why? Because the security guard, all he does is, what they do basically is, sit down at the table and watch their cell phones. That's it. When I was a security guard in Puerto Rico, and I was inside of a booth, we had to get out. We get out of our booth and we do a round. And we walk around to make sure that everything's okay. I've been here for 2.5 weeks. I haven't seen none of the security officers get out from there and do a round. You know, you walk around the parking lot to make sure. And what do you do? Even if you don't find anything, what do? You give a person who's trying to do something, it lets them know, hey, this is a security guard on duty, and he's watching. Whether you get caught or not, that's not the point. But it alerts that person or persons that there is a security guard watching. They don't do that, and it's like kind of embarrassing. You go to a place and you have a security guard, and your catalytic converter gets stolen. Kind of stupid to me. What's the point of having a security guard? And that's what I want to bring up in this topic. We need to bring up the topics that touches the most. This is getting out of hand. We've lost 19 lives, 19 innocent young lives. Innocent, man. I'm talking about innocent that could have. I can say for sure they would have. Could have had a bright future. Could have made something. Could have changed the world probably, but we would never know. We would never know because the gunman got killed. So we don't know what was behind his intent. We don't know what he was thinking unless he left a note. And even then, it only tells you bits and pieces. You know. This is why the laws are strict as there is, because we got people like him. That's why we have so many people in jail, because people like him. You know, we have to reform gun laws. We have to reform police officers, law enforcement laws, because police officers, just the other day when they killed that 65-year-old lady in Las Vegas for dementia, because she had a knife. He could have taken out a gun. I mean, he could have taken out his taser and tased it with it. This is a 65-year-old woman. Granted, you may not know that she has dementia. You can tell something's wrong. So you take out your taser and you tase her with it. Man, put down your gun. Man, put down your gun. Man, put down your gun. I'm not going to tell you again, put down your gun. And if you think, she doesn't even have to move forward. She doesn't even have to move forward. Because you're using a taser. If you think that woman is going to be a threat, then you bring the threat down with the taser. She gets down, you go on top of her, and that's it. That's plain and simple. Plain and simple. Because she had gone from where she gone to, from her to him, and ran and done something, yeah, because it was a short distance, you know. But again, you take out your tasers and you taser. You know, a lot of people. I'm sorry to say this. Some people are stupid. Some people just lack common sense. Pure, simple, common sense. You ask him to do a job that is simple. Whatever job you think, whatever. Think of a time where you send someone to do something that was so easy to do, but yet they made it hard. That all they had to do, she had to do, just put this here, put that there, and that's it. And it was as plain as day. You know people like that. You know someone like that. So these are these officers that instead of using their common sense, this is an old lady. I'm going to tell her once or twice to put the knife down. If she chooses not to put the knife down, then I'm going to put her down with my taser. Put it down with your taser. You know, you can't try. You try to. You can't de-escalate the situation by yelling. Put the motherfucking gun down by screaming, because you're only going to agitate that person. She will do. Listen, ma'am, could you please? Okay, can we talk? You try to de-escalate the situation. But if you're going to be there just screaming and yelling at this person to lower down whatever weapon they have, then you might as well just tase them. I forgot his name. Who saw that young man last week, a week and a half, black young man, who was shot by police officers and then dragged. They didn't pick him up. They dragged him as if he was nothing. They dragged him to where they shot him from, to where they were at. They didn't call ambulance. They didn't call ambulance. They didn't call anything. And he didn't even pose a threat. And they shot and killed him. And they dragged him, guys. They dragged him like if he was some sort of animal. You don't even drag animals. Let me rephrase that. You don't even drag animals. They drag them like you drag trash bags. When you're that lazy, you don't want to put it over your shoulders and you just drag him. That's what they did with him. They dragged him through his legs. That's how insensitive these officers are. In the United States, as long as they give these officers the immunity, these things will happen. As long as you keep giving officers a pat on their back, this is always going to happen. Always. I'm tired. I used to grow up and say, oh, they're good cops. Yeah, they're good cops, but where are they? Because you're not saying that, if you do one good thing, that makes others look good. If you do one bad thing, makes it look good. Look bad. And in this scenario, that applies, because if one officer does something bad, it makes the whole department look bad. And not only does it make the whole department look bad, they're really bad because they really don't do anything about it. Either they put the officer off duty without pay, they put him on desk leave. But if it's something that you and I did the same thing, we would be arrested. We would be put in cuffs. We would be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Right? Here comes, I'll give you another case, that case where the young man was dragged. Right? This officer killed him. Nothing of it, right? Now, if a citizen did that to an officer, there would be a whole bunch of officers. There would be a whole bunch of officers searching for this person, wanting to hunt down and kill the person because they killed a cop. It's a no-no to kill a cop, but it's not a no-no to kill an innocent person. Is that a no-no? You ever seen the movie Serpico? If you ever got a chance to see the movie Serpico, Serpico is based on a true story where a New York cop, being one part of the corruption that they had back in the 70s, police officers, where they were taking bribes, right? And he went to a person by the name of Malone, and Malone was helping him out. Well, what was happening? As he didn't want to take these bribes, and he was out there, he was putting his life in danger because no cop out there was protecting him. Because he was the source, he was the one that's snitching. Right? Is there anything wrong with wanting a better police force? Is there something wrong with you wanting a better workplace? Well, you can come in and say, I'm proud of my precinct, I'm proud of the people who I work with. That's something to be proud of. But why would you want to go into a job and you know that everybody's corrupt? And that's not your style. And you don't feel comfortable in that environment. And he tried to get out. And he reported it, and he tried to get it reported, and he almost got killed for it. This is the society that we live in today, and in all society. You know, but why must it be this way? Where is the truth will set you free? Where is decency, honesty? Honesty pays off. Where is that? Your job tells you, you get honest, you be honest, we're going to reward you. Bullshit. Honesty will get you. It's good if it's benefits to their pockets. But if you go in there and you say, oh, listen, this person is stealing, this person, do you think they're going to turn around and say, you know what? You've been catching a lot of these people stealing, we're going to make you supervisor of security? No. You think they're going to tell you, hey, here's a $1, $2, or $3 pay raise? No. They might say thank you and just leave it like that. Okay? And leave it at that. And you say, oh, well, it is what it is. It's true. Sadly, but true. It is what it is. But I want to show for tomorrow, for everyone who's going to come in, then voice your opinion, whether it's good or bad, voice your opinion, because we, the people, have to do something about it. Because, like I said, Congress is not going to do shit. Congress is not going to do shit. If you are pro-life, like you say you are, then you should do something. And I'm talking about to those Republicans that you put out your voices, all those gun owners that put out your voices and say, you know what? We need stricter laws. We need from people like this from having guns. We need to do, and I'm keep saying, I don't know why the people don't want to. You have to secure the school. After a certain amount of hours, after that first bell rings, school closes down. Even if you're 6 years old, I would still put him at a detectors. I don't care. I really don't. I prefer my kids walking through a metal detector knowing that they're safe. They're not walking at all. Oh, what 6-year-old is going to have a gun? You never know. We're living in a society that anything can happen. Then just the other day, a 10-year-old kills his brother. 10-year-old with his father's gun. So anything can happen, and kids emulate their parents. Kids emulate what they see. So if they see their parents have a gun, right, if they see a video with guns, a music video or a video game, they want to emulate that. Or if they're being bullied at school, they want to take that gun, and they don't know any better. They don't know that that gun kills people. They don't know that that gun's gonna hurt someone. They have an idea, but they don't know the ramifications that comes from pulling the trigger. They don't know that. But they do it because they fear that their life's in danger. They can't take this bully anymore. So they're gonna take daddy's gun. Or mommy's gun. Or uncle's gun. And what happens is they get there, and if they show it, who knows? They might shoot the gun and kill someone. Okay? Now we have 2 lives that have been destroyed. The kid's life has been destroyed because he shot someone. You don't know what kind of scar that's going to leave that child. And the child that he killed or she killed. That's simple. You can't have everything that you want in this world, but we can live in a better society. You know, crimes will always be there, but we can diminish crime. We can diminish the war on drugs. There's a lot of things we can do, but we chose not to because of money. Congress runs, I don't care if it's Democrat or Republicans, Congress runs on money. Pure and simple. Pure and simple. Did we not just give Ukraine $40 billion, but yet the Republicans shut down a bill to give formula to the people, to the mothers, to the families who had no baby formula? Does that make any sense to you? No, it does not. But anyway, stay tuned to my show tomorrow at 7 Eastern Standard Time. And if you want it to be another time, please let me know and I will move it. But you will receive a notification soon. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's suscription, English, Espanol, Chinese, Cantonese, whatever the hell you want to put it on. And let's hope you have a good time tomorrow. I hope the audience will come up. I know Saturday is Memorial Day weekend, and you guys are going to be drinking. But just give me 1 hour of your time. That's all I ask. Is 1 hour of your time, so we can put ideas out there, and we can put ideas and we can put thoughts. And maybe, I know my channel is not a big channel, but maybe someone can hear something about this and they can put it up forward. All right, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. God bless. Don't forget to subscribe.